Yo, what's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Wesportin podcast. Today, we got Chris, we got me. We're waiting for Dylan. Dylan is on his way home now, I believe. And yeah, we have lots and lots and lots and lots of things to talk about. We have not been on here for about a week or so. Kind of was busy last week, but we're here to now today. So, Chris, what's going on today, man?
Yo, what's up, everybody? We got F. Clay Thompson on the screen. Everybody seen what happened last night. If he wasn't, I don't know, maybe it was under a bridge, but Clay Thompson has officially put the Warriors dynasty to an end. Well, we don't know if it's the dynasty to an end, but he put our season to an end at the very least. So that's what my name is. That's the reason my name is what it is today.
Yeah, so kind of great that you brought up Klay Thompson. We're going to be discussing, the NBA playoffs in a little bit. The season has just wrapped up. So first and foremost, Chris, for your Warriors went up against the Sacramento Kings. A lot of people thought the Warriors were going to run away with it again, but Warriors fell one was it 114-96?
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So I mean, Chris, just initial thoughts on that game yesterday. I mean, the Warriors, coming in as a 10th seed, finally clinching that spot. I mean, what happens here for now for Golden State?
First off, I think we're one of the better 10th seeds all time. I just want to get that out the way. We just happened, the Kings got us, from the other year that we beat them game 7. They got their revenge on us. I did think the Warriors were gonna win. We lost. I think from here, I don't think it's time to blow everything up. I think a lot of people overreact, and I know Dylan said we should blow everything up. I think that Klay Thompson, as long as Klay Thompson wants to come back on a pretty cheap deal, he can come back. Don't let Chris Paul come anywhere near the team, bro. Chris Paul is a curse to any basketball team. You are calling yourself the point guard, and you've been playing in the NBA for what, like 19, almost 20 years. I think next year will be his 20th season. That's 2 decades that you have played, and not one of your teams has had good juju or won a ring, bro. So you want to keep Chris Paul away from the team, but definitely don't re-sign Chris Paul. Get him as far away from the NBA as possible, bro. It's over, bro. Go retire. But let Klay Thompson them come back and then get some more young players. Trace Jackson Davis good. Brandon Podziemski, he gonna be even better next year. So is Trace. So I think we got some good players. Kuminga, Moody. That's the guys that they need to be playing more and more for the next season. And then I don't think it's time to get rid of Klay Thompson, but you definitely want his minutes to decline over the next couple of years.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, your mic sounds a little staticky there, by the way. Just want to let you know.
All right, well,
You want me to take you off real quick, or?
Nah, is it bad?
Yeah, like it's like air. It's like I can hear it.
Does it sound like a fan, or is like?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
All right, hold on. Take me over real quick.
All right. So while Chris is doing that, yeah, so like I said, Warriors kind of fell off yesterday, tough loss, and then LA goes on to beat the Pelicans. And Zion having a career game, dropping 40, and he fell down yesterday, and I think it's your mic.
It's still static.
Yeah, I think it's the mic.
I'm using filter right now. I don't know how to switch over to the other mic. Man.
I think it's a quick. You click on the settings, audio, and it should help you there. I think. Dylan, welcome here, Chris. Give me a thumbs up when you're back. So, what's up, Dylan? What's going on?
What is up? Hello.
So, we are currently just discussing NBA real quick, just kind of talking about that real quick. But NBA playoffs are happening right now. Obviously, I know you saw Zion went down yesterday, 40-point game. Pelicans are going to now fall into that game against Sacramento. LA moves on to the 7 to play Denver. I mean, just an early, if you had to give a prediction, just first round matchups, I'm just going to give you the first round matchups, and you just tell me who you think is going to take it. Minus the OKC one, only because that game is still not decided yet on who they're going to play. But we'll just go off Denver, LA. I mean, if you had to give a series, what would you say?
I'd say Denver.
Yeah, I'd say Denver in about 6.
I say 5.
5 or 6. I don't know. I think LA would play a little competitive more this year since they wanted to do a little bit better than they did last year. Clippers, Mavericks.
I'm gonna say Mavericks,
Mm-hmm.
just because Luka I feel like is unguardable still. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Mavericks. I'll say Mavericks in 7. That should be a really good series.
Yeah, I feel like they've played each other so many times.
And there's
that
been so many good moments. There's like what was it? The COVID year when Luka had like 1,000,000 points and hit that game winner.
you know what? That's kind of crazy. So I don't. So just a quick fun fact, but that game, me and Dylan were watching it together.
Live, yeah, that shit was crazy.
Hit that step back 3 over Paul George. Oh my god.
Well, because didn't Kawhi or somebody hit like a really clutch shot right before him? No, like wasn't it like?
Oh yeah, we were
nobody remembers it, but somebody hit like a big shot and we're like, oh my god, the game's over.
I think it was Terrence Mann or
maybe
somebody.
it was, and we're like, oh my god, this game's over. And then Luka hit this fucking stupid 3, and I'm like, dude, like
the bubble does have its memories, man.
So I think me and Nico were both kind of like Luka haters in the bubble. I feel like we were, because I felt like we weren't happy about that.
Yeah,
or maybe we were just Clippers supporters at that point, but I don't know.
But that step back, dude. Oh, I was just like, damn,
crazy, dude.
Damn. So that should be a great series. Not Denver. Minnesota and Phoenix.
Phoenix. I want to say Phoenix.
Yeah,
I've been saying for a while. I mean, obviously, Ant's ridiculous, but since Minnesota built this team of just like we're gonna have 2 skyscrapers, I kind of feel like it's just not a team that's gonna win in the playoffs.
Right.
I don't feel like they are. So I think Phoenix wins that, but I could see either or. That's probably the most split series so far.
I'm gonna take Suns in 7. Just because I feel like that Minnesota could actually beat them too, because Minnesota's defense is just suffocating. And
yeah.
It's super suffocating.
And they're hard to guard too, man. But I still see Phoenix. I just don't think they're a team that's built to win in the playoffs.
Yeah, and so I mean, also going on too. So we'll just say this: Thunder and Pelicans / Sacramento. I mean, if you had to pick,
I think Sacramento would be a competitive series. I think if New Orleans obviously had Zion, I mean, we'd be saying, oh, I could. And not that OKC. I mean, OKC is overachieved to all hell this year. So not to be like, oh, well, if New Orleans had Zion, they would win. But it would be a good series.
Yeah, I say.
I mean, if you guys get New Orleans at this point, I think as an OKC fan, you should be really happy you don't play Sacramento. Because Sacramento, man, they're just one of those teams, like, they could be that team that goes in and wins their first series against a really good team just because they're so explosive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. They are missing, though, Kevin Huerter, one of their good shooters off the bench, missing Malik Monk, too. So they're only
Malik Monk's hurt?
Yeah, he has a sprained MCL.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Yeah, that makes it a little bit different.
Yeah, they what's it called? They only run a solid 8-man rotation, so that should be something interesting for sure.
And OKC's depth should be able to counter that for sure. It's always pretty fresh on the court.
Yeah. So now going on to the Eastern Conference. By the way, there's a Miami and Philadelphia game is tied right now. It's a freaking great ass game. I'm watching it right now.
Really?
On the side a little bit. Yeah. So I mean, just I guess we'll go off of just whatever. 3rd seed, 3-6 seed, Pacers, Milwaukee. That's tough.
It's hard to root against Milwaukee.
No Giannis though.
Yeah, I mean you have to go Indiana, right? Like I feel like you have to say the Pacers without Giannis. Like if they don't have Giannis, all right, like. Because Dame's healthy, Like Dame's fully healthy.
Yeah, but Dame is just not.
But like, let's not act like Dame in the playoffs, whenever he was a solo star on his own team, did that good. Like, I guess he had like some good series against OKC.
You good, Chris?
He's so muted.
What the hell did you just say before I brought Chris back on?
I was saying that like Dame, whenever he was a solo star, didn't do that good by himself, other than like the OKC series. But like, if you think about it, what other series did Dame do good at other than that series? And even that series, he was having his issues, but he just, did Dame things at the end,
Yeah, and okay. Yeah. I could say Steph Curry, and that'll probably shut you up for like 2
minutes. I'm cool with that. No.
So now going on.
But not Steph.
So now my favorite series of this playoffs for me personally, not Mavs. Magic Cavaliers.
Yeah.
To me, that's my favorite series. That's my favorite. I mean,
two super young teams. It's great.
Yeah, the Orlando Magic I don't even know what they're doing, but I like it. I don't know what it is. They're doing it. They're doing spaz.
Bro, I saw in the background like this blur shit ain't working, bro. Like,
dude, yeah, it's so funny.
What talking about?
Yeah. So Magic, Cavs, and I'm gonna be honest, no bullshit. I think it's gonna be the Magic in 7, dude. You got like,
I'm taking Cavs, but that should be such a good series.
dude. I'm so excited that Paolo's got his playoff chance now. Franz Wagner. But the Cavs are probably gonna play pissed off after what happened last year. They got bumped by New York in the first round.
Yeah, and they shouldn't have lost that series.
No.
But like, what I will say too, what's so cool about this series is like, I feel like the past few years, both the East and West have been so top heavy.
Mhm.
We haven't really gotten many series where like, okay, like these are two teams that are gonna be really good in a few years that are playing each other now. Where like you'd always see like a young team, and this isn't. I'm just the first one coming off my head. You'd see a young team like Memphis play Golden State in the first round or the second round. You'd be like, okay, well, Golden State is either. I mean, like genuinely, they're probably past their prime when we play them in the playoffs with like this young Grizzlies team. But I don't remember the last time we were saying, okay, these two teams are so young that like in 2 years, the Eastern Conference Finals will probably be Orlando versus Cleveland, just because how young and how talented those teams are.
Right.
They blow it up, but like there's no reason to. And I like it too because you're seeing the NBA kind of look back and say, okay, we had our 5-7 year span of teams like Brooklyn, teams like Phoenix. We're just gonna go sign a ton of 3 big players and have no roster. And we now know that doesn't work. And now you're seeing teams like Denver, like Cleveland, like Boston, like these teams who are building OKC, these teams who are building through the draft, and just developing a young roster, and that is proving to be a better method of winning games at this point. So I'm really happy to see that. It looks like the NBA should be going in a better trajectory regular season and watching wise. Is the NBA that watchable right now? No, but it's getting better.
Yeah, I mean, I will say the NBA, I mean, through the last, year or so, I feel like they've gone up in viewership. I think they've done a great job so far. The only thing I'm really just not a fan of is just that NBA play-in tournament that they have for you to play into the playoffs when you're already.
I'm not a fan of it. Yeah, I think the play-in's a bit dumb, but like it is what it is. It's just going to be a thing. And
yeah, so it's looking like here, by the way, it's going to be Philadelphia versus New York. So Knicks versus Sixers.
Philadelphia's gonna fucking kill them, bro.
Dude, yeah. I mean, I freaking hate the Knicks. I legit hope that they get their asses whooped.
Yeah, like I just can't support the Knicks. Like I don't have a problem with them. I just like look at them and like
just get sick to your stomach. You just like want to.
It's like the Indianapolis Colts of like the NBA. I'm just like, why are you here? Like, what is your purpose?
Yeah.
Is your purpose to win like barely over 500 games?
I want to tell you something interesting. Nicholas Batum had a 20-point outing in this game. That should tell you either how bad Embiid was or how bad the Sixers are just as a whole.
What in the world, man?
Yeah, dude. So
let's talk about the WNBA draft real quick, guys.
Oh, I actually like to talk. I mean,
oh no, I that was completely sarcastic.
Oh, I actually would have liked to talk.
You're like, are you saying W? Oh, bro, you were excited.
I mean, I'm just happy that like I'm gonna just say like for the WNBA. Caitlin Clark coming to the league, Angel Reese coming into the league, the girl from South Carolina coming into the league. Phenomenal for them.
It's great for them.
Oh,
and I mean, you never want to see a place where there's no success, right? The WNBA has just not been a successful league.
Yeah, no.
And I really think Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, like these people will help them get some viewership at least for a little bit. Mm-hmm. But this has to be a point where the WNBA has to say, okay, we got to market the hell out of this. Because you probably have the 2 biggest stars we've seen go into WNBA in like a minute. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So I really hope we take it and run with it. And God, like the WNBA players, I get it, but God, you guys are so annoying, man. Like you see, like that show. Not even no.
Oh my God.
You see the show? They're sitting there. The show they're sitting there and like, Caitlin Clark's gonna learn her lesson.
Oh my God! Yeah, no, I know.
I'm like, bro, I get your competitive spirit, but Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are about to be the reason you guys get paid.
Yeah. No,
like, this girl fucking Caitlin Clark on a rookie. Yeah. This girl Caitlin Clark on a rookie deal is making like plumber money. Like y'all need viewership, bro. Like what are we doing?
So to go to what you're talking about, it was the Final Four. It was when that one girl, I think it was Tamika something, sat there and said, "Oh, well, Caitlin Clark get her ass busted in the league or something like that." I'm gonna tell you right now is that none of those motherfuckers in their prime are guarding Caitlin Clark, respectfully.
But it's not even for me. It's not even that because there's been good WNBA players. like we just don't talk about because the WNBA just hasn't been a good league that anybody really watches, right? Like they're giving out tickets for free. Like let's be honest.
Yeah,
But like,
but
like the point of this is like you have a not LeBron level star, but you have the WNBA versions of LeBron, like this mega star coming to help you guys get ratings, and you guys trash. And you're like, what is that doing? Like it just I think it makes I think it makes the league look worse.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially when the lady that said it is one of the higher ups in the WNBA all time list. It's kind of embarrassing on her part.
Yeah, because she's retired, isn't she?
Yeah.
So like, what are you doing? Like this girl's about to make you guys get paid.
It's like Shaq talking shit on Dwight. That's kind of
but it's not, because it's like if Shaq was talking shit on Dwight, but he can because the NBA was already so successful. Like he already made his multi-million dollars.
You're right,
like, bro, like you are a Hall of Fame WNBA player, which you got to, I guess you have to like sell a pack of crackers to get into the Hall of Fame. I think they have a WNBA Hall of Fame, no?
They should. Chris, you good? Can you talk?
Yeah, bro. What up?
I mean, I can hear you. It sounds way better than before.
But my camera is my camera not darker though now?
It's pretty dark.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. Hold on. I'm still fixing it, bro.
All right.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's like the WNBA is you have a Hall of Famer who probably made like maybe a little over $100,000, $200,000 in her entire NBA career.
Right.
Talking shit about a girl who could make the next wave WNBA players make millions of dollars. And it's just like you have like your Michael Jordan coming in to set the league, like because Caitlin Clark's really popular.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark genuinely out of the WNBA, or not a WNBA, out of the Final Four for college, women and men's, may be the most popular player. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, keep in mind, tickets were more expensive for the women's than the men's this year.
Like,
think about that. Let that
I mean, to be fair, nobody wants to watch Purdue play basketball, but like, come on, like, yeah, like free throw.
Yeah, I freaking hate Zach Edey. We will talk about. I mean, we could talk about that too, since
he's gonna get busted. Is he ever going to? Isn't he like 24?
No, he's like 22.
Oh, so he's gonna go to the league.
Yeah. So, real quick though, the UConn Huskies, they did go back to back. First team since the Florida Gators did it back in 07-08. So hats off to UConn. They're gonna be kind of an ass program next year because they're losing everybody.
Yeah.
Then obviously for the women's, South Carolina finishes that undefeated season. So shout out to them too.
Really good Final Four. That like I was watching more of the women's Final Four than I was the men's. It was a really entertaining series.
Yeah, 100%. Especially the UConn women's team. Paige Bucher was phenomenal.
Yeah,
so good. Caitlin Clark. I mean, it was a great game.
Yeah. LSU.
I will say though, in that last game, I don't know if you saw it, but in that UConn Iowa game for the women's, that final call at the end of the game was just a call you don't need to make. I don't know if you
heard about it. I don't think I saw it, but I saw Twitter like losing their mind about it.
Yeah, so it was a screen, and obviously,
Oh, the screen. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that was ridiculous.
It was the illegal screen. I feel like you call that in any other game, but you don't call that in the Final Four.
I get what you're saying. Like I saw Twitter saying the same thing. Like you don't call that in the final, but like I think you have to do even officiating. Like I think we've seen it in any league, and it gets to a point where we just have to be even, right? Like we can't say, oh, it's a Super Bowl, so we can't call a holding. Like you should still call these penalties.
Oh yeah,
I'm just saying, like if it's by the rule book penalty, I think you should call it, whether it's the Final Four or it's the fucking second game of the season.
Yeah, no, I get that 100%. And then also just going on to some light NBA awards that are probably going to happen. Coach of the Year, Mark Daigneault for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's more likely than not going to get Coach of the Year. NBA MVP, that's seeming to be a little bit of a hot topic in our group chat and even around the Twitter and Instagram. MVP, a lot of people are not agreeing that Nikola Jokic should get the MVP this year and are looking that it should be Luka Doncic, or even, I'm not even trying to toot the horn.
I've seen SGA, so I'm not going to even shit on it. I've seen like people say SGA. I think Stephen A. Smith said SGA. Like, Stephen A. Smith is garbage, by the way. I'm not saying that like Stephen A. is like reputable, but I'm just saying like people are saying it. So
going on to it, I mean, I'm going to just run through obviously each kind of credentials that they all have. Obviously, Nikola Jokic has led the Denver Nuggets back to the top of the Western Conference. Obviously, he's broken just records after records. Has led Denver, has been great. He's still the most versatile center in the league and the best center in the league. Then you have Luka Doncic, who just what has Luka Doncic hasn't done this season, averaging 34, 9 and 9, bringing Dallas back from the 11th seed last year to the 5th seed this year. He's played absolutely phenomenal. Him and Kyrie are working out better than a lot of people thought. And then Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's obviously led the Oklahoma City Thunder from the 10th seed in the play-in last year to the 1st seed in the Western Conference, led the league in steals and was third in the league in scoring, and is looking to make his All-NBA first team and All-NBA defensive first team too, as he also led the league in steals. I think I said that already. But so obviously, Dylan, your MVP would be who and why?
So it's a really tough answer because there's so much voters bias and recency bias with Jokic that you can't ignore.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, like, he's won countless MVPs, and so you're like, you want, like, unbiasedly, it's probably Jokic, but like we already know, and like I don't think he'll win it again. It's pretty tough. Like honestly, SGA has a huge case for me. SGA proved me wrong. Like, I thought he was like I knew SGA was good, but I thought Shai Gilgeous was more of like that kind of like bottom 10 point guard, like a very serviceable and good starter. But like and this is gonna sound weird, but like if you think about it from in his prime, I didn't think he'd ever be over like a Mike Conley type guy. You know what I mean? Like again, like Mike Conley, like for people who don't remember, like he was a good point guard. He's like a top 10 point guard when he's in his prime.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like I didn't think he'd ever be like that upper echelon guy, and he's gotten there. But
yeah.
I think I'll say Luka, but like I honestly would be pretty stoked if SGA got it. It's just I just enjoy watching young teams win. So I'd be pretty stoked if SGA got it, but I think Luka probably deserves it a little bit more.
Yeah, like I said, it's a little bit in between. It's really the preference. What makes me mad is that the recency bias is probably just gonna go to Nikola Jokic.
Well, no, I think it'll be the opposite. I think recency bias will hurt Nikola Jokic.
Oh, well, for like what? For further MVPs or
correct? Yeah, I think the voters are gonna be like, oh, well, he's already won multiple MVPs. We're just gonna give it to somebody else. Like,
man.
Recency bias is a real thing with that shit.
It's still dark though.
I mean, you want to just run with it? Just run with it.
I fixed the mic, I think, but it's still dark.
I can hear you. I can hear you. So I mean, Chris, we're talking about MVPs right now. I mean, who would your MVP be as of right now between Luka, Nikola, and Shai?
Definitely not Jokic. I don't understand how Jokic. I mean, like Jokic's cool, but like, yeah, like what Dylan said, the recency bias gonna hurt him. If honestly, bro, this may be just me hating on Shai, but honestly, bro, I would give it to Luka. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
I give it a Luka too. I'm giving it a Luka too. I have Luka winning it too.
Luka's been ridiculous.
But now let me ask you. So it's like, what is the reason that Luka and Shai are not going to win it?
Wait, what? Like you're saying, why would Jokic win?
So obviously, the consensus MVP is Nikola Jokic. That's already going to happen. What's the reasoning that they are not going to look at Luka and Shai and say, I'm not giving them my vote? Like, what would not give you if you have Nikola Jokic winning? Why would you? What's the component for Luka and Shai not winning MVP?
I think you'd probably say one of two things. If you're going to say Jokic is your MVP, you're either going to be going off of, or maybe three things. You're going to be going off of A, you're going to try to completely unfactor recency bias and pass MVPs into it and make that a huge factor. B, you go off consistency because Jokic, if we are factoring in past MVPs, has been consistently the best player in the NBA for multiple years in a row. Or C, you can go to supporting cast, which he arguably may have the worst supporting cast out of the three people here. No, I mean it's close, right? Like OKC's really, really deep, and then who has a worse supporting cast than Jokic here? I mean, am I wrong? I mean, if I'm wrong,
let's go through the starting lineup. Then we'll go.
Sure.
So it's Luka, Kyrie, Tim Hardaway, PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford. I mean, fuck, that's difficult.
But like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's not like he has some ridiculous supporting cast.
No,
maybe you say he has the second best, but like, regardless, he doesn't have the best supporting cast out of the three, which is probably SGA. I'd imagine we give it to, right? Like, because that team
out of the supporting. Okay, so out of starting lineup,
I'm saying a whole team.
Oh,
The
But
best overall team here, roster-wise, would probably be OKC because how deep they are, no?
yeah, I guess.
And like I think just the star power in the starting lineup for Dallas may make them a better starting lineup.
Yeah, and then just Denver's just
Yeah, Denver's just there. But like
Yeah.
Nikola Jokic makes them a really, really good team. So you could say that. I'm not saying now again, I think Luka should win it. But there would be that would be the argument I would have if I was trying to say, okay, Jokic should.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
it's tough this year.
Yeah, it's tough, but it's probably gonna go to Luke. It's probably gonna go to Nikola Jokic. Unfortunately, just kind of have to accept it and move on. So Chris, we were also talking about impact of the WNBA and Caitlin Clark coming in, Paige Bucher, in that Final Four. There was a girl. I don't know if her name is what it actually is, but I'm just gonna go on to call her the girl that retired from the WNBA and who was, one of the best WNBA players in their generation.
I think Sue Bird was on that, no?
That may have been Sue, dude, but you know what?
Sue's like the most famous WNBA player ever. She's like I'm pretty sure Sue Bird was with somebody else.
Yeah, Sue or Brittany Griner. It was one or the other.
It wasn't Brittany.
Yeah.
It was Sue Bird, bro.
Okay, so Sue Bird was kind of just shitting on Caitlin Clark. What do you mean? Kind of saying that, like Caitlin Clark needs to I don't know, she's just kind of shitting on Caitlin Clark for just to shit on Caitlin Clark. I mean, do you think that, by doing that, Dylan made a great point saying that it makes the WNBA look bad just on the fact that Caitlin Clark is, and now that Sue Bird is over here shitting on Caitlin Clark. But I mean, what would you say, Caitlin Clark, how big of an impact can Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese make on the NBA since they've been drafted?
Obviously, like Dylan was saying, she is one of the biggest. She is, matter of fact, she's the biggest WNBA player of all time already, and she hasn't even played a game yet. You know what I'm saying? Like to them, bro, she's probably bigger than Wembyana is to the NBA. So, bro, that's the thing. Like, I didn't really respect like a lot of the hate that was going on. It definitely seems as the older generation is a bit jealous because a lot of them were hating. A lot of them were going to say Paige Bucher was better than her and things that I think they're definitely jealous of the new generation the WNBA players that's coming in. But they really, as Dylan said, they shouldn't be because they are going to be the reason they get paid because they're bringing a lot of viewership to the game. And another thing, like Caitlin Clark. I seen somewhere the big three were all the like retire NBA scrubs go play basketball, bro. The old heads were gonna offer her $5 million to play in their league. Honestly, compared to the if that's true, bro. Honestly, compared to the like salary she getting per year, like her contract, I don't even think it was $100K a year. So
no, she's
if I was her, bro, I'm going to the big three, bro.
It's 4 years, $368,000.
77 a year, which I think it's like below the average annual house come for like a family in the U.S. right now.
So she'll be getting like what, a paycheck, like if it's every week, it's like what?
She's getting she's getting like $45 an hour.
Right. Which is good for a normal person, but
which to be fair, okay, to Chris's point, $45 an hour for a normal person is pretty good. You can live off of that. And the fact that she's off multiple months a year, which you also wouldn't get. So she's making more, but
granted, that $360-something million, $600,000, that ain't even nothing because I know damn well she's getting a lot from the fucking NIL deals she got back in college. So I know for fucking sure.
I bet she made way more in NILs than she's making.
Oh, dude, she's fucking loaded, dude. There's no way that she's not loaded.
Dude, can you imagine if she plays to what people think she's gonna be? Like, if we're gonna be like record-breaking contract for Caitlin Clark out of the WNBA. 7 years, $1.5 million, bro. It's gonna be so funny.
Dude, and you know what's crazy is that it's so funny that number came to your head, dude, because when Magic Johnson signed with the Lakers back in the 80s, it was a fucking 25-year, like $1 million.
Yeah.
Dude, like what?
And people are losing their mind. I remember seeing there's some show on HBO. They were like doing like a documentary on all that shit. and they did over it, and like people were like losing their mind because like he was the highest paid player in the NBA at the time, and they're like $1 million. What the hell are we doing, bro? And it's gonna be so funny when she gets paid because it's still gonna be like. I don't, like a vet minimum in the NFL, like it's crazy, dude.
Dude, it's money, the money in just different sports and how it's like, dude, fuck it, bro. Caitlin Clark should have went and played fucking like baseball or some shit.
Remember when I was I was a big NFL guy before I got into the NBA, and I was like looking at these. I started looking at these NBA contracts, and I was like, what the hell, bro? Because like they're getting paid so much more, like.
But dude, back like in like 2014,
MLB contracts.
in 2014, the Supermax wasn't it like 100? It wasn't like 88 mil or something like that. Like 10, like 10 years ago, like there was like a Supermax. No way, Supermax was more than like 150.
It made it like 150, but 150 to 88 is like a big difference.
I mean, the amount of taxes that get taken off, isn't it like 80 anyways or some shit? The amount
you are, but yeah.
Yeah, but so I think we're done with the NBA for now until further notice. I just am praying to God the Thunder fucking don't fuck it up. Just one time, don't fuck it up. Moving on to the NBA draft. The NBA draft is
NFL.
The NFL draft will be next week on
April
25th, 2024. And we have some sad news, boys. Sad news. I unfortunately will not be there for the first 5 picks.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, for the first 5 picks, I will not be there. But Dylan will be there. And if they take Drake May, you're going to get a video sent to you. And you're going to
It is the right move, and I hope you guys take Drake May. I would be really happy as a Commanders fan if you guys got Drake May.
So it's going to be Jane Daniels. But before we get into the draft, though, some stuff happened in the NFL. Not a whole lot, but some did. DeForest Buckner did get extended a 2 years, $48 million contract. A lot of D tackles getting paid big bucks this offseason, though, which is nice to see. Then we have Devontae Smith got his bag. I was really worried that Devontae Smith was not going to get paid. And what I mean by that is I did not think Philly was going to pay him at all. They got 3 years, 75 mil, 51 guaranteed. That's insane. I don't know if anything else happened, but I'm a little disappointed, though, that there has not been any draft trades. When do you think we're going to see our very first draft trade?
We've already seen our very first draft trade.
Okay. I'm
saying, like, remember, like, Minnesota traded up, so they have 2 firsts.
Major, big, jaw-dropping trade.
So, 2 things. First, I actually want to go back to Philly for a second and talk about how big of a cap hell they're going to be in like a year. So I got sent this post, right? It was actually from Dove Kleeman on Twitter. We kind of know Dove. I don't think he's ever shown his face, but whatever.
Never.
So
it's like somebody I know.
Huh?
He's like somebody else I know who hasn't shown his face.
Oh. So going through the Eagles roster from the new contracts, right? We're going to talk about how they're going to be in cap hell. So they have the 4th highest paid quarterback in the NFL, the 4th highest paid running back in the NFL, the 4th and 5th highest paid wide receiver in the NFL, the 5th highest paid tight end in the NFL, the 4th and 5th highest paid offensive tackles in the NFL, and the highest paid guard in the NFL. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 8 of the top 5 highest paid players just on offense. There is no way in like 2 years this doesn't look awful. Like if they don't win a ring this year, like tell me they're not screwed, man. Like that is so much money. Anyway,
yeah, they're screwed.
What was the topic about the NFL?
So, I mean, obviously, like I said, we've seen the trade already happening between the Vikings and the Cardinals. It would be that next big deal that gets dealt on draft night.
If a trade happens, it will not happen until the draft starts. Only way a team is moving up is if they're taking a quarterback. And I mean like a big trade, right? Like you're saying like Minnesota moving up, which we think they're going to move up because they traded for another first, seemingly like they're going to move up. Now, if they move up, I imagine they'll wait until like the top 3 picks are gone because the only person who's going to trade back would be anybody past 4, right? So you'd have Arizona who would move back, LA would move back, Giants would probably move back, Tennessee would move back. All those teams would probably move back if you traded for them. But like I imagine if the first trade happens, it'll be at the number 4th overall pick. I really hope it isn't JJ McCarthy. I think that would be a very, very, very bad move to trade up for JJ McCarthy.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this last time, and I just don't see it. But yeah, I'm curious to see if it happens. But if anything happens trade wise, I imagine it'll be on draft night, because if they're going to trade up, it's going to be for a quarterback, and they don't think he's going to be there. They're not going to bet on him being there.
Yeah, I mean, I think one team that I just think that has to make that move, or doesn't even have to make that move, but they just like are in a weird spot, man, is just the Broncos. They're just such I mean, as a team, I mean, what do they got? Sutton, they got Cortland Sutton, they got Patrick Surtain. I mean, what?
They're a talent depleted team, but you also have to understand that a talent depleted team with a not top quarterback, bro, like what is that team going to? Because if we're being honest, right, there was 3 first-round quarterbacks in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
But we want to be all stupid and say, J.J. McCarthy's a first-round quarterback. No, he's not. He's just not on film. He's just not a first-round quarterback. So are we really going to put a non-talent level first-round quarterback in a team that has no talent? Like, that team has one offensive player who Cortland Sutton's good, but he's not a game-changing wide receiver. Like, let's be honest. And then Patrick Surtain's obviously ridiculous. He's a really good corner. So, like, I don't think getting a quarterback this year is the right move, because you're probably, like, this team's really badly built. You're probably 2-3 years away from a decent team. And I think what you should do is, honestly, I'd probably try to move back and just recoup as many picks as possible. Hope you hit on a few players.
Yeah, I mean, tanking for Quinn Ewers will be starting after this.
Is really good. Or Shador,
yeah. But I mean, so obviously, drafts coming. Been a lot of talk. Obviously, number 1, Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Then after that, who the fuck knows?
Yeah, no one knows.
No one knows. I mean, we're sitting here and it's like the commander. I can't tell if the commander, if Adam Peters is just saying shit to say shit.
This is what he's supposed to do, to be fair. Like, this is.
Yeah. I mean,
and I think it's a bit more pressure because you guys are getting quarterback, right? So you guys really want to know who it is, right? I think regardless if it's Jaden or Drake May, it could be a good pick. I know you guys don't like Drake May, but I'm a Drake May fan. I obviously, if it's something crazy, you guys pick like JJ McCarthy, I would be laughing you guys out of the building. And I don't think Adam Peters is stupid enough to do so. I don't think. Because I didn't think anyone was stupid enough to take Zach Wilson as high as he went. And
stop talking. Just stop talking. Just don't talk anymore. You fucking it's just the same person, just like Michigan, like just a Michigan version of him, bro. Like, I just seeing JJ McCarthy, like I just can't see it, dude. Like, it's just
I don't see it because he has talent, but it's like at the end of the day, like I understand the system he was in. But, I can't take a quarterback top 5 who threw 25 times a game. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Because, because, again, I talked about this last show or the show before or whatever. I was like, I struggle because his draft stock has risen and he's done nothing football-related to make it rise. Like, he didn't have a very good pro day.
Yeah.
He didn't have a very good combine. He actually had a kind of bad combine. And it's crazy, too, because it feels like the guys who had good pro days are not getting talked about, and the guys that are having bad pro days are getting talked about like they had a good pro day. Like, JJ McCarthy probably had the worst pro day out of the top 5 quarterbacks and is getting said that he has the best. It's so weird to me. Like, same with combine. He probably had the worst combine of any of the top 5 guys.
Yeah, no, his combine. I mean, I like some of the throws he did. I kind of liked what he did a little bit there. I know a lot of people kind of disagreed. I just, it was just nice to see him throw. You know what I mean? It was
and the thing too is like, my biggest concern is when stuff on film pops up at the combine. If you watch JJ McCarthy film, he consistently has issues with throwing outside the numbers on out routes, right? Like 10-yard out routes. He consistently had issues. Either he would float them out there and they'd be really dangerous balls, or he'd oversail them. He always did it. And the combine was an 8-yard out route and he overthrew it. And I think he did his pro day too. Like, when stuff on film pops up, you cannot have a starting NFL quarterback who can't make out routes. Like, it's supposed to be a check down. Like, that's supposed to be a layup. And if you don't have the velocity to get that ball out there, how are you going to franchise? If your offensive coordinator say, can't run that, because your arm can't get it there, I'm concerned. I don't see it. I think Penix is better than McCarthy. Like, I really do think that.
So, Chris, obviously, Commander fans sitting at 2. It's Drake, Jaden, JJ. I mean, what do you think? Adam, honest to God, you're sitting there. You're Adam Peters. What do you think is happening?
Like you said, is a whole lot of confusion. I still sound good, right?
Yeah, you're good.
All right. Yeah, it's a whole lot of confusion. A whole lot of things is being thrown around. One thing I will rule out is the taking JJ McCarthy. That's almost xed out off the board completely for me. I think that would make zero sense. Um, I've been hearing lately, based off of Twitter, that the not JJ, the Jaden Daniels situation has not been getting handled the best. I think it was something where his agent liked a tweet about how Washington was treating players or treating the situation. And he said something about that, and it doesn't look good. I've been seeing a lot where it's like Jaden Daniels. I don't think Jaden Daniels wants to play for Washington. I don't think that's
well. He did that. He responded to that tweet. No, there's a tweet that like the meeting with Washington went bad, and he's on his way with the Patriots or something like that. And he responded to it saying like on my way to like he didn't deny he's like on my way to New England or something like that. So, that seems bad.
It seems it's getting bad. I still want Jaden Daniels, but like I've been saying, I do think that they're gonna take Drake. May end up taking Drake May too.
Which, like, I really wonder what they did to make Jaden like not enjoy it. Was it like, and this is purely speculation, right? But like, these are professional. Like Adam Peters is a professional. Like these guys, Dan Quinn is a professional. So like, I don't feel like they went in there and just were like assholes. Like I feel like maybe Jaden Daniels just didn't like the way that they were questioning him. Like maybe, and this could be a thing. Is you're the reigning Heisman and you had arguably one of the best college seasons of all time, right. And you went to the top 4 or 5 teams on the where you're going to go, and all 4 teams were like praising him the entire meeting, and Washington was saying, "Why'd you throw this pick? Why'd you fumble? Why didn't you slide?" And like that could be what it is. Right. Is New England isn't there to criticize them, and Washington knows what they need to do, and Washington's pressuring them, and that I feel like that's probably the most likely reason. Mm-hmm. I could be completely overblown. But I would be shocked if Adam Peters was being that unprofessional to where they were like, "Oh, we just hate it."
Yeah, I mean, it's looking more and more that I don't know. I will say I did see this earlier today. All of the visits that happened, I think they had like a big group of them. They took them all to Top Golf. Washington took them to Top Golf. I don't know if Chris, if you saw that, but they
I've seen that one.
Yeah, they took them all to Top Golf, which I mean. I don't know. Maybe that was just, I don't know, man. It's just all over the place. Who do I honestly think is going to be? I think it's going to be Jaden Daniels. And then it's going to go Drake May 3. Only reason why, man, it's just every analyst has went from taking Drake at 2 to taking Jaden at 2. But I don't know what it means. I don't know if that means anything. But they must know something that I don't, and they must think that
I don't think so.
You don't think so? I mean, I don't know.
No, just because like every year there's gonna be somebody who gets pumped up a little bit. Like honestly, like I hate to keep on drawing comparisons, right? But like Zach Wilson was kind of a similar thing, and Zach Wilson did not have the college career, so I don't want to be like that. But like we saw at the end of it, like after the college season was over, his draft stock get pumped up. AR last year obviously had a really good combine, but his draft stock got pumped up. And it's like the NFL media kind of force feeds you guys some people. And I think Jaden Daniels has been a bit force-fed a little bit. Not that he isn't a great quarterback, but I've seen people say, I saw a report a few days ago on ESPN being like, is Caleb Williams really a better quarterback than Jaden Daniels? Yes, he is. Like he just there's been nothing football related to change my rankings. I think that you have to go off film. Hope you're right, but I think the top 3 are still really good quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I just don't think the NFL like. These random NFL media who are doing mock drafts know more and are just like so linked in. They're like, oh, well, I know Jaden's going to. They don't.
Yeah, but to be fair though, I mean, just only go back to your AR point though. But AR did have a really, really, really good combine.
Well, he had the greatest combine of all time.
Yeah,
but let's also not act like even before he had the greatest combine of all time, AR was still being told by the media he was like a top 10 pick.
Yeah, I mean,
so like I'm just saying like I'm not now the combine solidified it, but I'm just saying like you still get a guy or two every year where they get pumped up a little bit. because he's a really fun guy to watch. And Jay Daniels is a really fun guy to watch.
Yeah. So our next little thing, we're gonna be doing this. Windows. Our very own little mock draft. So yes, we're gonna be doing our very own little first round mock draft. This is now the second one we're doing as a group. We did one together a couple episodes before.
Yeah.
This is the first one. This is the second one now.
Are we doing like coordinating picks, or what are we doing?
What we're gonna do is we're gonna give our honest possible things to each, and we're gonna take majority rules.
Sure.
So we did it in the March Madness video when we had brought on and Gavin on. We did majority rules to pick, so we're gonna do majority rules again. So we're gonna start off. Obviously, number one, we can all agree, Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Now this is where it gets fun. So what are we thinking? Drake May, Jaden Daniels.
Obviously, I think Drake May have been very open about this. I think he's just a better quarterback. But I know you guys probably both think Jaden Daniels. So whatever you guys prefer, but I'm definitely on the board with Drake May here. I think it makes the most sense.
If we're going off of like trying to be correct, again, like I said, I think the pick gonna be Drake May. I don't know about what Dylan talking about the better player. That Drake May, not the better player, but nah, he's definitely gonna be in Washington. Though I just can feel it though. It's happening.
So
Drake May it is.
I'm outruled. This is disgusting. I'm outruled. Now the Patriots. Now we can also say to trade back if we really, really want. So just to keep that in mind.
No way. Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels.
It seems like he's like New England so far. Jaden Daniels.
The Arizona Cardinals, who have been...
Now, I'm going to put my hat in and say trade back, but I think it has to be Minnesota if they do it. But if not, Marvin Harrison Jr. makes too much sense. So I am saying either or. Whatever majority says I'm cool with, but it has to be one of those two. I think there's no way they go somewhere else.
I think trade back.
I think trade back, but as far as Vikings though, but that takes them out of Marvin Harrison and Neighbors, bro. I feel like honestly, bro, maybe the Giants want Marvin Harrison, bro. And then maybe the Cardinals would be fine with having Neighbors and then more picks. But if they go way back to where Vikings is, but they wouldn't have nobody.
They're going back to 11, but you're recouping 2 first-round picks, and it depends your board too, right? So, like, if they're saying Adunze and Brian Thomas Jr. are a little bit worse than Malik Neighbors, then they will take the first. But if they're like, oh, like Malik and Marvin are up here, and then Adunze and then maybe it really depends their board.
Right, that's true.
I don't know if the Giants they have so many holes. Like maybe they could trade up for Marvin. Like that makes sense. But also you have the point of if Arizona trades back to 11, they could move back up, by the way, at 8. I've seen that a lot where they trade back to 11, then move back up at 8 with Atlanta like they did last year. It's almost exactly what they did last year. They just did it with Houston and somebody else. But I get what you're saying. I think for that point, I'd probably lean towards just sit and take the generational wide receiver. You need one.
Right.
So we're going to stick with Mr. Harrison.
Yep.
Number 5. By the way, J.K. Dobbins signed today with the Chargers. Just about that.
Changes nothing here, but okay.
Nothing. There was somebody I saw earlier. Just wanted to get it out that it happened. Neighbors.
So
every time he says so, I know he's about to say something just outlandish. Just
no. So I have like a prediction here. Okay, so the Chargers have had like a weird amount of like rumors around them. You've seen 3 rumors, right? You've seen the rumor of, well, not even really. You've seen 2 rumors. So apparently Jim Harbaugh at the or is it Jim or John?
Jim.
So apparently Jim Harbaugh at the NFL coaches meeting was talking about how him and Greg Roman are going to build up this offensive line and how they really want to get bigger and better on the offensive line. So maybe they look at Alt here. I don't think they do, but I've also heard rumors of they want to move back because they just have a lot of holes. I think this is all a big-ass smokescreen begging Marvin Harrison to fall to 5. Marvin Harrison this mock doesn't. Malik Neighbors is the pick. But it's just interesting how I think they're throwing out so many smoke screens, hoping somebody trades to 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Malik.
Yeah.
Chris, Malik.
The Chargers. Y'all both took Malik, right?
Yep.
I mean, my opinion really don't matter.
It doesn't really
but
matter anyway,
to
yeah.
give it to give my opinion, I mean, Malik, Brock Bowers. Yeah, Malik. I'm gonna go Malik Neighbors, bro. That lead the Giants.
Now the New York Football Giants.
It's like the worst situation for him so far. They're not doing it. I'm locking in my Doomsday pick, and I would run to the board. I think a Doomsday is really, really good. I think a Doomsday is the pick for sure.
But I know you said a Doomsday is really good, but just to look up, Chris, I know, has been a little vocal on him not being a fan of a Doomsday.
Right.
So, Chris, is a Doomsday the pick?
Go to the wide receivers. I mean,
well, they have AD over BTAG.
I'm not gonna lie. Like you said, bro. Me personally, bro, I like Brian Thomas Jr. But they're not gonna take Brian Thomas Jr. right here, bro. So it's out of Brock Bowers and a Doomsday. I don't think what's his name? Darren Waller. Darren Waller's probably I don't even if he does come back this season, I don't know how much he is gonna contribute. I'm not gonna lie, it's out of Doomsday and Bowers for me. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I think if we going, like I said, if we going off correctness, I'm gonna pick a Doomsday.
Okay. The Tennessee Titans. If it's not Joe Alt, who the hell is it gonna be?
It's Joe Alt.
Joe Alt.
Yeah, it's just Joe Alt.
The Atlanta Falcons. I'm just gonna go to edge rusher, and then
I don't agree on this one.
Really?
I think at this point, if JJ McCarthy isn't gone, I think you sit here as Minnesota and trade up.
Oh, I thought you was about to say that.
Oh, no. No, JJ's too old.
Kirk Cousins is coming off an injury now.
I think if JJ McCarthy's still here, the boards fell the way you wanted to fall. Minnesota doesn't have to give up both firsts to move up. I think Minnesota moves up here.
Let's just do 11.
I think you do 11 and 108.
Okay. Oh shit. Okay. And wow, look at that, man. They did it. So McCarthy?
I think this is McCarthy. I think they move up. Yeah, it's McCarthy.
The Chicago Bears.
Oh, this actually went really bad for them because they don't have a wide receiver you really want here. So get out of wide receivers. So I think this would be like a Laiatu Latu because they need another edge to go next to Montez, and he's a really good edge. I think that's who it would be. Now, the wide receiver board didn't fall the way you'd want it to. I do think Latu's better than Dallas Turner. The wide receiver board didn't fall the way you wanted it to, but I would put in my hat for Latu here. But I think it's an edge most likely if there's no wide receivers here.
We can go Latu.
Well, I mean, it's what, Chris? Okay.
Oh.
Fuck Chris, I guess, dude.
I'm so sorry. Chris, you can make this next pick all by yourself. Fuck the majority rules.
Nah, I'm gonna need help. Let's go.
Let's go. So the New York Jets. I personally, out of all of these, I think tackle makes the most sense. I think of Fuaga and Olu Fashanu. One of these guys has to get taken off here since they lost Mekhi Becton.
So, what picks do the Jets have this year? Can you go to their picks?
No, I can't.
You just go to the trade board. It'll show you their picks.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, you're right.
So they have 72. So you could make an argument here they've reached to all hell on a wide receiver because you're not going to get another pick to the mid-third round. And they really, outside of Garrett Wilson, have nobody. Now, tackle makes sense.
Right.
But it's you have to play that.
Also, my concern would be is the Jets, with what they're building, need impact players that are going to start day one. So do you spend your only pick in the top 70 picks on a tackle who you're hoping won't play year one? I would be concerned. If you do, I think they reach to all hell on this, and I think they take Tyler Guyton. Because if you're going to have a guy sit, Tyler Guyton is who you want sitting. You're not on wide receivers and tackles. Oklahoma tackle Tyler Guyton. He is the look at his measurements. That dude is like who you want.
They would take him though.
I'm saying if he's sitting for a year, he's 6'7", 330.
Early though?
They don't have another pick until 70.
Oh.
So if you're gonna take a project tackle, take the biggest project tackle there is. Like fuck it, right? Like if anybody's gonna reach on him, it's gonna be a team who's not gonna use him.
He's 6'7".
I see your point though, but
I'm saying if you're gonna like Olu's really good, but Olu's not really a project, right? So like if you're gonna take a tackle who's not gonna start year one, I think taking a guy who's just a super big project makes sense. But I could be just overshooting the fuck out of this. They may just say Olu. I'm gonna take a swing for the fucking fences and Tates of Tyler Guyton. If I get that right, by the way, I will be
I see the fucking vision, dude. Christian Jones out of Texas is real nice. I mean, if you see the size of Christian, like what the fuck? Like
I just
Guyton, bro.
I just really think, like, honestly, I think there's going to be a team that falls in love with him because he's just a really, really big left tackle that has really quick feet. And if you develop him, you could be getting a Trent Williams type left tackle. Is he going to be that? Probably not. But we've seen people fall in love with tackles in, I mean, every position. Because they're like, oh, these athletics, man. Like, and I'm not saying they will, but there's going to be probably a team that's going to reach to all hell on guys like these because there's a few tackles this year, like Amarius Mims. Started 8 games, and he's huge. Like, you're just gonna be like, you know what? Fuck it. Like
out of all the fuck it ones in the first round, Tyler Guyton was the one that just blew.
Hey man, dude. Tyler Guyton would make you look like a fucking dwarf. All right. I mean, to be fair, like I think Caitlin Clark would make you look like a dwarf.
Okay, dude. Fuck you. Like, one, I'm like 5'10", dude. So you want to go? All right. So
no, you guys pick. Like I'm just saying my crazy pick.
I think it's going to be Fuaga. That's my personal opinion. I think it's going to be Fuaga. I mean,
I would have picked the Washington tackle, but it don't matter.
So we're at a 3-way tie. So we have Ty. We have Fuaga.
Nah, just take Tyler. Put Tyler Guyton.
Pick Tyler Guyton, bro. It'd be so funny.
Tyler Guyton, bro. What the fuck? Okay, should we do like a heads tails, or are we just gonna take
Guyton?
Hey, he's saying Guyton, bro. It's majority.
Fuck, dude.
Bro, if he goes top 10, bro, if the Jets take another humongous tackle with not great college film after taking Mekhi Becton, I'm going to laugh my ass off, bro. It's like Mekhi Becton part 2.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Which seems like the same prospect, but whatever.
This clip is going to be interesting.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, so the Falcons are sitting here at the 11th overall pick. Do they go edge now? Or
Brock Bowers.
Oh, are you serious?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, that secondary would be very, very, very nice with a nice.
Close out of corners.
Go back to edge.
Yeah, go to edge.
Oh yeah, Turner.
Yeah, Dallas Turner.
That's so tough. The Denver. Oh my God. The Denver Broncos. Who do you even pick? Like, who even helps this team in any way? Dylan cooking up the greatest reason why Michael Pratt should be the
go to the trade. See what picks they have. They have an early second round pick now. 76. Shit.
It's the Russell Wilson trade. I think
you're getting like Spencer Rattler at that pick, man. Maybe. He may get a second round pick on him. I've been hearing some weird shit.
Wait.
Bro, I saw fucking like 3 mocks from ESPN guys saying Spitting the Route was like a second round pick, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Cincinnati wants to trade with Denver.
Cincinnati wants to trade on PFF Simulator. Why would Cincinnati move up? I guess Brock Bowers maybe.
Or a tackle, right tackle. No, they just got
maybe if they. Okay. If you could get 18 and 49 for 12, that may make sense.
You want to try it?
73 chance.
Chris, you want to try it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Went through. Okay, so now they just take Brock Bowers, right? Like I feel like if they trade up, it's Brock Bowers, right?
Yeah.
Which in that offense would be great.
Yeah.
So we have fucking
Here.
Tyler Guyton.
I mean, other than Tyler Guyton, it's been pretty much a straightforward mock draft. Like,
Go to running back. I mean, not running. Quarterback.
I like Penix, but I don't like him
Yeah,
as much, man.
that's what I was.
I don't like Bo Nix, but I like Penix.
I'm gonna go Penix.
No, because look at their picks. They have like an early second.
Oh, I thought we were just all agreeing
Oh
simultaneously.
no. We're both saying we like Penix, but we don't like him at 13.
Okay.
Go to their picks. I'm pretty sure they have an early second. They have 44. So I think you could sit and wait for Penix. Best player available. They just signed Christian Wilkins, so they're not taking a defensive lineman. I'm gonna say Quinyon Mitchell because I think he fits what Vegas wants to build. He fits that kind of rough corner that's gonna kind of mess people up at the line of scrimmage. I would say Quinyon Mitchell if you guys agree.
The DV out of Toledo. It's 13 though.
It's a bit high for him, but I think like what they're building coaching wise would make sense for him.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it is a little high. We'll go to O-line.
Oh, you could okay. Go to tackles.
Yeah.
Because Troy Fatanu is supposed to be a tackle or supposed to be a guard in the NFL, and he had like the best combine we've seen in a while. I'd actually switch over to Fatanu. That's like a starting guard day one.
Yeah, I was leaning towards the line since the beginning of it.
Yeah, pick
Fatanu.
Yeah,
Fatanu.
Even though he'll probably be going instead of Tyler Guyton.
Probably.
The New Orleans Saints, I think you kind of should go wide receiver. Losing Thomas.
I mean, if you take a wide receiver here, there's no way you don't take Brian Thomas, right? Even though I don't know if he's better than AD, but like, are we not taking Brian Thomas here? Like, how do you not make that? The Instagram post would come out so quick. I think it's. Oh, actually, go to tackle.
Oh, here we fucking go.
No, but I'm just saying, like, Olu Fashanu's here, and you need a left tackle.
Yeah, Fashanu.
Or Fashanu, whatever. It's Fashanu. Sorry. But like Trevor Penning sucked, and so like get that bum out of the fucking building, bro. Get a starting left tackle. So if it is, it's Fashanu or Brian Thomas.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Fashanu myself. Where are they at? Cooper DeJean.
No. Quinyon Mitchell.
Yeah.
Chris, you said no?
Yeah, no. Wait, Dylan picked Cooper DeJean?
No, I picked Quinyon Mitchell. He picked Cooper DeJean.
Oh, they need to go to wide receiver.
They could reach.
They need a DB more. They need DB more. I think the first DB off the board is probably going to be Quinyon Mitchell.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, why are we trying to hype up? Why is Cooper DeJean the 9th ranked player on PFF, by the way?
I love Cooper DeJean.
I think Cooper DeJean's a good player. But number one, he's kind of injured right now. And number two, he's not a corner. He's a safety. Like this is gonna play. He's gonna play that star role that Jalen Ramsey made famous. Like he's like a slot nickel safety.
Can we all agree Jared Verse here?
If Fatanu was still here, I think he'd run to the podium.
Yeah, man. I don't know what the guard's like, so I'd just say
Jared Verse. I don't think he's a top 16 pick, man. I guess you could reach on Verse. I think it's a reach, but you could do it.
I don't think he's a reach, but
it's a reach at 16 for Jared Verse.
I mean, just a little bit.
I mean, yeah.
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
Cooper DeJean.
No, I'm not. Hell no.
No.
Hey.
I'm gonna go Terrion Arnold out of Bama.
Oh, that makes sense. That actually makes sense. Bro.
Nico raised his eyes like I was saying a fucking crazy pick here.
Now that
Terrion Arnold's a really good player. I think he's probably better than Quinyon.
I really liked Terrion Arnold but I really wish he was so mocked as a second rounder, so we could have gone and picked him up. But
When was he ever marked as a second round pick?
he was mocked
Early.
He was like early. I'd fucking just. Oh my god. The Denver Broncos after trading back with the Cincinnati Bengals.
Can we just like forfeit them for this entire draft or some shit? Like nobody.
Can we trade them out for like the Panthers? Can we give the Panthers like?
I don't. That would be even more depressing. Carson doesn't deserve that.
But who's a Broncos fan that we all can?
I don't know a Broncos fan.
Do I?
You have to take best player available at this point. Who's the best player available on their board? I think it's not Cooper DeJean.
Take Cooper DeJean. It's not Cooper DeJean. Take Cooper DeJean out of your mind, Nico. It is go to wires. It's Brian.
Bo
How
Nix?
funny would Nate Wiggins be here?
Bo Nix?
No.
I think it's really out of.
Fuck it. Maybe they take Knicks here. I think it's stupid, but they're stupid.
Yeah.
Knicks makes sense, I guess. I hate it, but I can see it just Knicks. Bo Nix, yeah.
You like
now,
Bo Nix?
I think Knicks sucks. But I think, like, let's be honest. Denver's only ever liked tall white quarterbacks. It fits what they like, other than Russell Wilson. And they didn't like Russell Wilson. So, they're a racist-ass organization, bro. Take Bo Nix. Garbage-ass team, bro. They'll never be good, bro.
Yeah.
The Rams.
Cooper DeJean kind of makes sense here. No. You go Brian Murphy, though, I think, right?
I could see tackle. I could see the reason.
J.C. Latham would be fun for that offense. J.C. Latham would be really fun for that offense. J.C. Latham, actually, is who I'd pick. Again, you guys have to agree, but I'm just saying.
I'm going to take J.C. too.
Okay.
Chris?
Hold on.
Oh, shit. Fuck, I'm so sorry. All right. All right. Wide receiver, quarterback, tackle, center, cornerback. Do you take another wide receiver to pair up, or do you build the offensive line? I think it's the offensive line you got to build.
I think it's O-line, yeah.
Do they pair it up? Mims and what's the other dude that they took last year?
Broderick Jones. I think they go inside. I think they probably take Jackson Powers.
Really? I had him mocked to Miami.
Jackson Powers.
Didn't they just lose Connor Williams?
Yeah, but they actually know Miami just spent 3 years, $30 million on Aaron Brewer, a center from us. He's garbage, but they have a starting center.
Jackson Powers, you are a Steeler. Dolphins.
Graham Barton.
I say Byron Murphy.
Brian Murphy would actually, yeah, they just lost him. Yeah, I would say Jazon Newton over Brian Murphy, but I'm cool with either.
So I'm gonna go Byron.
So quick weird note I saw. So there's this film review that came out of Brian Murphy. Whenever he gets double teamed, will go on all fours and crawl and make tackles. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. I don't know if it'll actually work at the NFL level, but there's like clips of him getting double teamed. He'll drop down to all fours and then crawl under like a fucking. It's so weird. I'll have to send you guys the video. It's so funny. Like you think it's edited, but he literally falls to all fours, crawls, and then makes a tackle. And he does it like multiple times. It's fucking weird.
So if you're Philly, I think you got to go Peyton Wilson. You got to get best linebacker available.
If you take a linebacker in the first round, you're fucking stupid.
I know, but they are also stupid drafters.
Corner. Nate Wiggins is like the mold of what you want in a Philadelphia corner. Nate Wiggins, right. I think you take Nate Wiggins.
They need. I wouldn't be surprised if they take Peyton, but corner is definitely a better first round situation. So, I know you like Cooper DeJean, but my boy Nate Wiggins better though. So.
That boy Nate Wiggins, bro.
No, I had Peyton Wilson here. Actually, some of my mocks I do have. Peyton
He's just saying you're a DeJean fan.
I know. Here's where I think DeJean could go. Realistically.
Is he the best? He's not the best corner on the board, though.
Fucking God, bro.
Is he okay, bro? Is he a better starting NFL corner than Kool-Aid McKinstry?
No, I don't think
Are we
so.
being for real?
No, but it's just like how high, like.
I'm already telling you where Cooper DeJean's probably going. It's either like he's probably going to fucking Detroit.
Wait, who did we take with the first Vikings pick again?
McCarthy.
They traded up.
Oh, JJ McCarthy.
Okay,
so we took the wide receiver already.
Go to center. No, they have a center. You know who makes sense? Give him who's Jason Newton's still on the board? No, I'd take Jason Newton if I was.
I'm cool with it. Jason Newton's pretty tough. Tough. The Dallas Cowboys. I think they don't go. They got to go tackle here. You almost have to.
I mean, you could really argue wide receiver.
But you could really argue tackle.
Here's the issue. So Jordan Morgan is a second-round pick. Graham Barton is a guard. Amarius Mims is a 8-game started right tackle. And Talisi Fuaga is a right tackle. Maybe you could move Amarius Mims to left tackle. Maybe. But none of these guys are starting left tackles right now. So who's replacing Tyron Smith?
It's going to have to be one of them.
I would say Graham Barton because he has the flexibility to play all 4, left guard, right guard, all those positions. And I kind of feel like they may move Tyler Smith out to left tackle. So I'd say Graham Barton because whoever wins that position battle will just play left guard.
I'll just agree. The Green Bay Packers. If he's a fucking safety, they just lost the dude from the.
They got
Fuck.
They got the Giants safety though.
Yeah, they got McKinney.
I had completely forgot that happened.
Maybe.
No, nobody here. They just lost Bakhtiari though, so.
But again, you're in the same issue of who of these guys is the starting left tackle. I think you could take Amarius Mims because of what the offense you're running, but none of you guys are left tackles. They're all right tackles at this point, unless you reach to all hell and like Jordan Morgan, who's technically left tackle, or Patrick Paul, who's technically left tackle.
I like Mims.
I'd say Mims, but
I'm gonna go Mims. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Peyton Wilson.
No.
Oh my god,
Peyton Wilson ain't no first round pick, bro.
I love Peyton Wilson.
You only love the white players. You ever notice that?
Dude, you have no fucking room to talk.
Let's talk about who. Okay, let's just be real here. Who's the 2 guys you've been like, I love these guys? Peyton Wilson and Cooper DeJean. The 2 whitest players in the draft. You're like, I love these guys.
No, out of all of us sitting here right now, you are the last person to get on my ass about white players and everybody else.
Because I like Drake May, bro. Like all video you've been sitting here. All video you've been sitting here being like, I love Cooper DeJean. I love.
Back me up. No, Chris, back me up. They ain't Dylan. Dylan that says some most questionable takes, and it's always opposed to the white quarterbacks or the white that. Dude,
who was my quarterback 1 last year? CJ Stroud. Who's my quarterback 2 last year? Anthony Richardson. Who's my quarterback 3 last year? Bryce Young. My quarterback 4 was the white guy.
Yeah, because the white guy wasn't that good to be a 1, 2, or a 3 back.
He's been better than quarterback 3 and 2.
I'm talking about before the draft.
I'm just saying that the one person who's been sitting here saying I love these players has been you with 2 white guys who are mocked way too high. Peyton Wilson has had so many injuries. Peyton Wilson's had like 2 or 3 ACL tears. And Cooper DeJean's not a corner.
Didn't you take Michael Penix? Didn't you take Bo Nix over Michael Penix just now?
I said Michael Penix was a better quarterback.
But why'd you take Bo Nix?
I said because Denver has a history of taking tall white quarterbacks, which they do.
But wouldn't you take the better quarterback at that situation?
Denver does not, no.
He was doing it based on what they gonna do, though.
Yep. Who did Denver take? Who is that? Who's the one guy Denver took a few years ago?
Paxton Lynch, baby.
And he was not the best quarterback on the board. So, no, it's just what Denver would do.
Okay.
I'm going to say Kool-Aid because I think they need a corner. They traded away.
I love that pick. I love that pick so much, John. I'm really happy you made that pick of Kool-Aid McKinstry. I'm even going to agree just so I can just really enjoy it.
So you don't sound racist? Cool.
Kool-Aid McKinstry. Welcome to Chris. Kool-Aid McKinstry, you cool with it?
Yeah, I'm cool with it. My fault, bro.
The Arizona Cardinals.
Talisi Faga.
Adonai Mitchell.
Makes sense.
Yeah. No, wait. They took
Marvin Harrison.
Oh,
They could double dip, to be fair.
no, fuck, my bad.
I say Talisi because you drafted Paris Johnson last year.
No corners.
I mean,
they could.
it's like I'm holding off on the Cooper DeZean, but it's maybe.
I think Cooper could go. I see Talisi.
I think Cooper DeZean definitely fits the Lions the best out of. Maybe just double dip a receiver though. I think Brian Thomas fall this far, but he might have.
Shit. Okay. I didn't think about this. Are we okay? I should have said this for Tampa or Green Bay. I think Buffalo would call to try to move up. If Brian Thomas is falling this far,
they do need. I mean,
I didn't think about it, but like Dallas, any of those three teams ahead would have been like the perfect team to be like, hey, like. I really think, honestly, if you're going to take Talisi Faga, you could just move back a spot. But I would say Talisi Faga here, but it's whatever you guys want.
I'd say trade back. I think that the Panthers are going to come back in the first round.
Maybe.
For what?
A receiver.
I mean, they already down picks, though.
Yeah, they had like no picks this year, no?
Am I missing them? I mean...
I don't know.
33, 39. You're not giving up that. You probably have to give up 33 and 65 to get up.
You want to do it?
I mean, I think it makes sense.
Chris?
Oh, they ain't taking that.
Yeah, no, they're not taking that.
Damn.
Oh, dude, you're doing the wrong thing. It's too much from Carolina's side.
Fuck me.
Bro. So, that makes sense. You move back a little bit in the first, move up 6 spots in the second, get a third round pick. That makes sense. Or third, but yeah, I think that makes sense.
All right, what's the deal? And the Carolina Panthers, for the first time in almost nearly a decade, made a
Hey, Troy Franklin.
But
Brian Thomas would be the pick. I think Troy Franklin sucks, but Brian Thomas would be the pick here.
I'm gonna take Brian Thomas just for Carson's sake. He's been through too much,
bro. If they traded up all that shit to get Troy Franklin, bro, I'd start dying. Can you imagine, bro? With the 27th pick in the NFL draft, the Carolina Panthers take Troy Franklin, Brian Thomas, and
no, fuck that. What if they took like fucking like Roman Wilson? Like
that'd be pretty good.
That'd be fucking hilarious. But we're gonna go Brian Thomas. We're gonna be nice for now. Chris, you okay with giving Brian Thomas to the Panthers?
I mean, yeah. If they trade up, they have to take either AD Mitchell or Brian Thomas. But
I'm gonna take Brian Thomas. I say 80 Mitchell here goes to the Bills.
They can't leave the first without a wide receiver.
Yeah. Cooper DeJean. Oh God. God, Dylan, this is just very polar opposite of you right now. I'm a little...
Yeah, I'll go to Jean. Honestly, I hate that PFF has their rankings because I'm like, I think the Gene is in his spot right here at like the late first round. But like looking and seeing like the 8th ranked player here, I'm like, what am I like? Am I wrong? But like I know I'm not. I'll go Cooper to Gene.
Yeah, I'll take the Gene.
By the way, the fact Talisi Fogg is still on the board is crazy to me. I don't know how this happened.
Well, he'll be a 49er most likely.
That would be crazy.
Ravens just lost Bateman, I'm pretty sure.
Troy Franklin.
What is the obsession?
No, I think Troy Franklin actually makes sense for that offense. Or Keon Coleman would be fun. I like Keon Coleman a lot.
I'd rather take Troy Franklin over Keon.
Keon's a better player, though. It depends what Lamar wants. Like, Troy Franklin is a better separator, but has worse hands. Keon Coleman's a worse separator, but catches every jump ball. Keon Coleman's either going to be really good or it's going to be Quentin Johnson. So, we'll see.
In this situation, if Keon Coleman makes the most sense to take, but I don't think none of them first round receivers, honestly.
Yeah, I think
could they take a swing at DB?
Nobody here, I think, is worth that. I think the corners. There's less first round corners here than there are wide receivers on the board. I'd rather take Troy or. What am I doing? Wait, didn't they lose their starting right tackle? They lost Morgan Moses.
Yep.
Yeah.
Talisi Fogg. What am I doing?
Yeah. Niners.
Go to tackle? No, never mind. Get off tackle. This is bad.
Yeah, it's getting tougher and tougher.
Did they use the insurance just in case?
He doesn't fit there. He doesn't fit what they want. He's super tiny. He doesn't block. No, actually. Okay. Not to get back on it, but Keon Coleman fits what the 49ers do offensively. Like, he will block his ass off. He's a big wide receiver. He's like a mini Debo. Like, I don't think they will take Keon. But I don't know who else is here that I'm like.
I would love Ladd McConkey to them just for the fuck of it.
I mean, he could. That makes sense. But, like, we know that the 49ers offense is based around yards after the catch and blocking from their wide receivers, and Ladd McConkey isn't really either of those.
I'm just a fan. I love Ladd McConkey.
Oh, look at that. Okay, Chris, look at that. So it's now Cooper DeJean, Peyton Wilson, and Ladd McConkey. Those are his 3 loved players, bro. When we catch a trend, like, he's like, no, not Keon or Troy Franklin. I love Ladd.
No, you like Ladd McConkey over Keon.
Come on, bro. Like, this looks so bad for you, bro.
Where's Xavier Worthy? Remember him? Didn't he break the 40 time?
Hey, I think he's better than Ladd McConkey. So whatever.
That would be crazy. 49ers.
That offense, that would be ridiculous.
Yeah, but
I'm down for that, honestly. I'm down for it.
I'm down for it too. I didn't want to say I was down for it because I thought it was stupid.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, damn, Debo, Brandon Ayuk, and Xavier Worthy. Shit.
Chris?
It's a reach.
I think it goes I think it goes Keon, and then the Chiefs would probably take Xavier.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I'm down to do that.
But, like, also, like, you basically have Xavier Worthy with Marquise Brown, no? Like, aren't they, like, basically the same player? Like, they're not, but they are, you know, like.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't.
You can never have two mini speed receivers.
Yeah.
They just take undersized receivers. They just take these 6', 5'11" guys. They just run curl routes, and then they do the one go, and that's it.
By the way, I'm just here to say this, just because I see him. Javon Baker out of UCF. Dude's insane. I'm just letting no now.
Jermaine Burton in this draft.
Wait, do I take Xavier Worthy?
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, by the way, Javon Baker, my guy. I love him.
And our draft grade is we don't get a grade.
They don't give him. I think they don't give it unless like you do specific teams. No.
Yeah,
no, you may have to have like PFF plus or some stupid shit. They've gotten so weird.
But that is our round 2. We will go live on Wednesday to talk about the draft a little bit more before the draft actually happens. Dylan right here will be running the draft along with Mr. Chris. They'll be bringing on guests and whatnot to sit down and talk about the draft. Dylan is not allowed to spoil picks at all.
I'll say off Twitter this time.
What?
I'll stay
The
up for
draft
this.
Thursday, right?
Yeah, it's Thursday.
Thursday.
I will be here probably around the 6th pick and 7th pick. I will try to get a reaction out to Dylan just so you guys have something to see. But I will not be here until like the 6th or 7th pick. But yeah, other than that,
What time's the draft start? Do you know?
7:30
7:30. What day is it?
Thursday.
The
So my
20th.
game is at. I don't know why I'm talking about this now. I'm gonna talk about it after the outro. But yeah, no. So Dylan's gonna most likely he'll go live. And then Chris will join, and I will be in there right after. I will not be there for the Commanders pick,
You'll
but
be there for our pick though.
maybe not. I don't know.
Ah,
I could be back by like Chicago, the second Chicago. But yeah, no.
6. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so thank you guys all for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, and we will see you guys next Wednesday.
That was a good. That's